Can you see how much fruit we may have this year? I am blown away how much flower production this owari satsuma, I call it aka the weeping citrus tree, has put off. One of the things that I'm going to do later on this evening is feed it a liquid fertilizer. Okay, I do this sometimes once a month or sometimes bi-weekly, depending on how the citrus or fruit tree or whatever I'm growing in our family's garden is doing. This has not been fertilized, a liquid feeding, in almost 3 months, to be exact. Two months actually, not 3 months, but 2 months. So it's been a while, and so as you can see, there are so many flowers and potential fruit that we may have. Now, one thing about the owari satsuma, we do know is a cold, hardy citrus. Okay, it can grow up to almost like grow zone 5, I believe, or even almost a 4. One of the hardiest mandarin oranges to date in history. It can basically take almost any type of climate and weather condition. One thing about self-fruiting fruit, like citrus, you do not need to thin it. The reason why is because it will thin it on its own, where you don't have to do anything. It will drop its own fruit or flower, because before it actually produces the fruit, as you see here up close, it will produce over here a flower. And sometimes you will see that there will be flower petals or just the whole main flower head on the ground or on top of the soil, whether you're growing in the ground or in containers like we are here. You will see the remnants of it due to it falling on its own or due to the wind. Okay, for example, and I am super excited to see what results we will get with this owari satsuma. All right. So when you're feeding this or your citrus, such as this owari satsuma, in containers, you want to feed it every once a month on the exact date, if possible. Okay, if it, unless it's raining, you don't want to be out in the rain, but you can if it's your choice. Now, once you add your slow release fertilizer every once a month, after you add it, you want to just basically scratch it all in the surface, and then you want to water. If it rained prior the day before, you don't want to water, because you don't want to over water your citrus trees. They don't like to have wet feet, even in containers. Okay, so be careful of that. And just examine the citrus tree. Look in back of the leaves. Look on top of the leaves to see if there's any fungus damage or any leaf miner or mealybugs. Those bugs that be all over the branches and whatnot, or any aphids, anything that can cause damage. You want to make sure you look for those things. As you can see, there's a lot of new leaf growth here, and usually when there's new leaf growth, you can catch some damage with a leaf miner. Okay, for example, here I have not seen any yet. I am still looking and observing on our owari satsuma, but as for right now, this tree is doing good. And if you want to develop a stronger root system, what you do is remove the flowers. Okay, remove the flowers. Look at this, you all. I wish you can just see underneath the canopy. Look at this in back of the canopy. You see that cluster? Look at that. That is amazing, guys. So we are going to do a liquid feed. I'm not going to do a granulate feed at this time. I'm going to wait until later in the month to do so. You already saw me do that before numerous of times, but I am going to feed it and then leave it at that. All right, so stay tuned.